Hey YouTube, welcome to Hoosier Life. I'm out in the shop. My name is Mark. Today going to be a video that I haven't done in I'm going to say probably a couple years. Going to get out and do some tapping of maple trees today. Usually this is a little bit earlier than what I normally start tapping trees, but the weather has warmed up. I'm just going to give it a shot, see what we can do. So I'm going to take you along for the ride. This is my setup. I've got stainless steel spiles. It's called a spile. This is what goes into the tree. So I'll drill me a hole just a little bit bigger than this tip, so about 2 inches or so. And then, let me see if I can show you. Took me a little bit to find all my gear. There'll be a little hook here that'll fit on that spile. That'll be in the tree, and then the bucket will hang on this hook, and this will go into the lid of the bucket. So every year I sanitize these tubes and spiles so they're ready to go. I'm gonna hang today, I think I'm gonna hang 7 buckets. So I just need to make sure I got enough spiles. Oh yeah, I got plenty of that. So, like I say, I only do this every couple years, about every other year. This is my little box that I keep my spiles and tubes in. I got some extra spiles and hooks in there. So I'm going to take you out and we're going to get drilling, show you how I do it. Not how everybody does it, just what works for me. I don't do this to sell syrup or anything like that. It's just something for me and my family. It's just like a little hobby of mine. It's a way to get out after a long winter. And here we are, let's see, today's February the 1st, I think. And a little bit early. Usually I start about Valentine's Day, but like I say, the weather's changed, so let's get out and get her done. So let me show you what I got here. So you want to get a good bit. It's a wood bit. And this is going to get me just past the tip of that spile. So I'm gonna drill into the tree. Doesn't hurt the tree. These heal up. I got little belly button holes, not holes even, they cover over on the tree, and I'll show you some of those. Never drill in the same spot. And I'll go in this far, just about like an angle like that. And that's all it is, really. Putting a spile in a tree. Let's see if I can do this, walk and talk at the same time. Got a couple buckets. I'm gonna walk out here in front of my property where I got a sugar maple. And I'm gonna hang 2 buckets on this tree. I may end up putting 3 on it, depending on how it's doing. But I got, went and washed all my spiles with hot water. Got the tubing off of them so that I let all this traffic go by. Got the tubing off of them so that I can hammer the spiles in, and we're gonna hang them up on this tree. Be right back with you once I get set up. Here's a spot where I drilled a year previous. I'm trying to find any others. I think that may be a spot. They heal up real good. Here's one. Yeah, you can't hardly see them till you get up on them, but here's one. So this tree, I've drilled this tree a lot. It's one of our favorite trees, one of the most colorful trees. And I'm gonna hang a bucket up in here. This is the face in the south. I'm looking north, and I'll probably, well, you can see here, I've had one here, had one here. So I may come over in here somewhere. Let's see what we can do. Y'all ain't gonna be able to hear me much once I step over towards the tree, but I'll just let you watch what I'm doing here. Take a spile. Forgot my hooks. All right, got my hook and my spile. I'm going to drive this spile into that hole that I just drilled. Put the tubing on and hang the bucket. Just like that, and I gotta go get the lids because I forgot those. Let me bring you in here, show you what I've done. So I just put that spile in there, put this hose on here, and we're not really running too good, but and I'm gonna see if I do this one-handed. Put that hose right in the bucket. That's how you do it. Pretty simple. Now I put lids on mine to keep the dirt from the trees and bugs. Once it starts warming up, ants and everything like that will want to get in here. And there's really no way to prevent that. But that's kind of what you do. Let me put another one on here. That's really all there is to tapping trees. You just drill you a hole, put in your spile. They can be stainless, they can be wooden. You know, people have been doing this for thousands of years. There's no real way to mess it up. That's what I like about this. Hang your buckets up, let nature do its thing. Once the sap's really not going today real strong, tomorrow and the next day it probably will. It's going to warm up pretty good. So we'll check these tomorrow afternoon. This tree here, it's one of my favorite trees. It's not a sugar maple. It's a maple. I'm just not sure what kind, if it's silver maple or whatever. This tree measures over 13 feet around. Look at the, see if I can get this. Each one of these splits would be a good sized tree that you could tap. Now generally I only tap this tree, I only put 3 buckets on this tree. But you can see there's a hole here, there's one down there, There might have been one here. There's one there, one there. So I've tapped this tree for years. Here's another couple good. See if I can get that. There's another one. This is a really good producer. I wish it was a sugar maple, because this thing would just pour out some really high quality sugar. You can tap pretty much any maple. I think you can tap box elder. There's some other trees. You just do your research on it. But this thing is a massive tree. Oh, let me show you look how it's kind of worked its way around the concrete. Let's start walking around it. And I'm not going slow. I'm walking around it here. I gotta be careful though. Keep walking. And these things this massive. Look at this. I don't know if it, try to give you some comparison, but the thing's huge. I measured it 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Over 13 feet around. I got another one back there that's almost 12 feet around. That one doesn't produce as well as this one. When the sap is running, this thing is like somebody just turned on a spigot, and sap just pours out of it. So it's a good producer for me. That sugar maple that I just did is also a good producer, and that's where I get the majority of my sap from. So let me tap it up. I'll bring you up here. This one's starting to run. Just a little bit. That's what I'm talking about. This is a good producer for me. Sometimes when this tree's running good, it's like a drop, 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 drop. It's almost like you crack your spigot in your sink. But this is on the south side of the tree, and you can see where I drilled the hole just up over here. But this one here is already running. That sugar maple's not quite yet. This tree's starting, so I'm pretty excited about that. This one's running real good. Well, that is about all that is. I put up, let's see, 5, 6, 7 buckets on 1, 2, 3, 4 trees. I've got another maple out front that I can tap if I want to, but it's dying off, and I don't know. I just don't know. I never did really get good sap from it over the last several times I've tried this, so probably the last 6, 8 years. So I probably won't tap it unless things are just going crazy. Now, the one tree that I shown the most recent here, where it was really dripping, that's a good sign that sap's starting to really run. So we'll see over the next couple days if I need to put out any more buckets. I've got that really big tree, the one that's about 11 and a half, 12 feet around. I might be able to hang a couple more buckets off it, although sap, I put one tap in there and the sap wasn't really running. So each tree is different, and we'll just see what the weather does. What you want is low temperatures at night and like up in the 40s during the day. So that's typically why I do this later in the month. But the weather's been kind of different, and I've seen some other guys tap, so I figured, what the heck, give it a shot, and we'll just collect and go on and see what this season brings us. So I'm gonna bring you along. This will be a series of videos. I'll show you how I boil it down, show you how we finish it off, and show you how much we get by the end of the season. I'm shooting for 2 gallons of syrup. So it takes, I think, 42 and a half gallons of sap to get a gallon of syrup. so you can see how much work it is. Anyways, that's how we're doing it out here in the Hoosier life. This is just how I do it. This is not a how-to video. Go do your own research. It's a lot of fun though. It's something to do. It's a great hobby. And I will catch you on the next one. Hopefully show you some things, other things that we're working on. Till next one, take care. Cheers.